As the Beatles used to say, 1 + 1 = 3. Colin Ray, One Boy, One Girl, Kicks 105.5. A great day to you. It is 7:46. Currently a little sprinkling out there and 51 degrees. And joining me, as he does every Wednesday, about 10 to late, it is Mike Barrett from Barrett Insurance. Good morning, Mike.
So apparently I'm early this morning. Good morning.
No, you are actually more on the time that you should be here, which for you is early because you're always like a procrastinator, but that's fine.
You know.
And you always roll in smelling nice with a cup of coffee, and I'm always like sitting here with my dirgy clothes.
Hey, no.
I'm even out of water right now. There's no water in the water machine.
Put a cup outside in the right spot, and you'll have some fresh aqua.
Rain water. Speaking of fresh aqua, good for those who are having some brush fire issues going on around the community. Lots of first responders. I'm glad everybody is doing well.
Yeah.
When it comes to things like brush fires, if it's on your property, and let's say I have 10 acres and 2 or 3 of it burn, if it's just the burnt, scorched ground and I don't need to claim anything, Mother Nature will recycle and do herself.
Sure.
I don't need to claim that, do I?
No, you don't. And that's a good point. And homeowners insurance, property insurance does not cover land.
Oh, okay.
So damage to the land, not going to have any coverage anyway. So
if a tree partially burned and then fell over onto my home, then that's something that I would talk to you about.
Right. Or if the fire encroached on your house before the fire department got there, or even your neighbor's house before the fire department got there, covered.
You'd be covered going into your neighbor's house. Now, if it was something that, let's say for me, I'm outside, I decide to build a fire pit, I live in town, and I rent. My renter's insurance, would that cover the house with my neighbor also in it? How does that work? How does that divide?
Man.
It would be my fault. I'm saying it's my fault.
Well, yeah.
I started a fire. It started to burn the house down. The neighbor had some damage because of it.
The key word here being negligence. So, and the same would fall onto somebody who has
a strong word to call me.
I know. Well, you're very negligent. You let me in here every Wednesday. That's part one. But so, even going back to the forest fire. So there were the brush fire. So brush fire that you started that was supposed to be a controlled burn gets out of control, burns your neighbor's house down. Very possible that this is going to come as a negligence act on your parts. And even if the insurance company in your example, the person that lives in the apartment building that you've caused damage to, or in the example I'm giving, the person who got their house burned by a brush fire, their insurance company would pay for the damage, but it's very likely that insurance company is going to find out how that loss occurred.
Oh, they're going to find out.
And go back after you and go back after your liability.
Now, would it be that they would go after my insurance company?
Yeah.
Or are they going to try to personally sue me?
So that's the beauty. Is what insurance does, is it's that layer of protection in front of you. So if they sue you, it would be your renter's insurance liability or your homeowner liability that would protect you.
Now I'm going to go devil's advocate. Let's say that my insurance company wants to, and that you just said it, hopefully. Let's say that my insurance company wants to be a pickle, okay? And they don't want to pay for it.
Doesn't matter. It's a contract.
What recourse do I have?
It's a contract. So if your negligence is the cause of this injury or damage, per the contract, they are responsible. So the fighting wouldn't take place necessarily between you and your insurance company. The fighting and the level of negligence, and we see this all the time in auto insurance, could take place between the companies. Especially if the company pays for your neighbor's damage, they could go after the other company and say, look, he had a fire. Well, where was the negligence? It has to be proven. So either there's a case or there's not a case, but your insurance company would really be there for you.
I'm going to put my head down as I say this because I still have yet to shift over to Barrett Insurance. And now the problem is they're saying that they don't want to pay my auto claim. Now, you just said it's a contract. They have to pay it. Why are they fighting me on this now?
They must be giving you a reason why they don't want to pay your auto claim.
I haven't gotten one yet. And I even had to hire an attorney. So I'm truly like befuddled. Insurance is one of those things that still doesn't quite get in there.
It really depends on the company you're with, and it's always dependent on the company you keep.
It's the company that you keep.
Yeah. You want insurance comes down to cost. Absolutely, cost is a huge factor. It's primarily the only factor people use. They're single issue insurance getters. They want cheap insurance, which I get.
Right.
We're all in the same gate. We're all in the same situation here. But when you're doing that, it's very important to understand the complexities or have an idea of how they handle claims. And are they, I always look at it this way. There's a couple of companies out there. There's like two kinds of companies when it comes to settling claims. There's those who have adjusters who their goal is to spend as little as possible and to really mitigate the loss to the company, which can then impact you and make you feel like what you're going through now. And then there's some other companies out there that I've seen over the years that their claims adjusters really like, well, how do we pay this? How do we pay this? Is this covered? Let's look to see if it's covered. So some companies are hoping that it's not covered because they're looking at the exclusions in the policy. Other companies are looking at those same exclusions going, let's see how we can get this covered.
In our fire situation, being that I was negligent, going to get insurance again, that would count against me.
Oh, that would follow you, sir. Yeah.
And that would be something that people would charge me a great deal of money if I was going to be insured with somebody else, or they actually have the ability to say, no, I don't wish to insure you.
Exactly. We see a lot of no's.
And so if your insurance is astronomical, let's just say you burn somebody else's house down. Now the insurance company wants to give you like this $700 a month rate. You can't not have it, right?
Well, I mean, if you own a home with a mortgage, you absolutely have to have it.
So you have to pay that.
Yeah.
But if you own the property and you just have a mobile home sitting out there,
and you don't care, and you want to, let's use the word, self-insure.
Yeah.
Which is a scary
it's
probability.
That's very, very dangerous.
But when you can't afford the premium, sometimes you have to make difficult decisions. So,
okay.
So
maybe those decisions should be over a cup of water and a conversation with Mike Barrett at Barrett Insurance Agency. If
we
you'd
have
like
coffee
to find
there
out
too.
more.
I just don't get you coffee, but we have coffee for our customers.
Thanks.
Our clients. People who actually
not the guy who makes your business go.
All right, fine. I'll bring coffee at some point. Just don't.
Iced mocha. All right, so Mike Barrett.
That means I have to go past the station and then come back. That's why you don't get coffee from me. I don't
care if you go to Cumbies in Lindenville and come back over here. Make it right.
Just get her done.
You can buzz up Mike by calling
748-5224. Visit our website, thebarrettagency.com, or see us physically on Portland Street in St. Johnsbury between Beacon Realty and Union Bank. And you can also check us out online on Facebook, Google, and YouTube as Barrett Insurance Agency.
For next week's conversation, Mike, I want to talk about points. For driving.
Oh, that's a fun one. That's a fun one.
So
World Maple Fest this weekend. Check out the pancake breakfast, by the way, in St. Jay.
We're going to be there.
We're sponsoring it.
Oh, you're sponsoring it.
Yeah, so I'll make sure they give you a coffee.
Well,
will that count as me giving you a coffee?
Wait. Turtle and I are going to go.
Okay.
And we were talking about, it's usually you get like little bottle nips or whatever, real maple syrup, unlimited pancakes, coffee, and sometimes they had sausage in the past. I don't know what the deal is this year.
I don't know. I just sponsor. I don't cook.
Okay, so now that you...
Got your mocha, Mike.
Okay. Mike Barrett, the sponsor of this year's pancake breakfast at the Maple Fest Turtle.
Yes.
So,
Sweet.
yeah. Even
Pun
sweeter
intended. Pun intended.
I'm so excited about that pancake breakfast.
He said he's going to buy the both of ours. So that will settle.
A moment with Dale LaRue, considering the importance of ingredients.
Greetings, radio listeners. Did you ever wonder what gives one automotive repair shop the edge